Hi, I'm Gabby Kleber. I'm a researcher at the University in Tromsø. And I'm here to represent the methane chapter. So methane is a really important thing for us to study here, especially on Svalbard. And that's because we're standing on a lot of shale rock and a lot of coal. And within these rocks, we find a lot of methane gas. And as many of you probably know, this is a strong greenhouse gas. So it's contributing to the warming of our planet. And here on Svalbard, as the glaciers melt, as the permafrost thaws, as our oceans warm, we're finding more and more ways that this methane is being released to the atmosphere. So for example, me and my research team, we've been looking at groundwaters beneath glaciers. We've visited over 100 different glaciers in the last 5 years across Svalbard and have found how these groundwaters are bringing methane that's been stored deep within these rocks up to the surface and into the atmosphere. We found that the amount of methane released from these groundwaters on Svalbard is equivalent to if we were to fill about 230 million party balloons with methane and release them into the atmosphere every year. So that's a significant amount of methane. But that's just one of the pathways that we know about of how methane is being released to the atmosphere here on Svalbard. And the SESS report has given us a great opportunity to bring together the many and very interdisciplinary scientists across the globe that are studying methane here on Svalbard. And so we have methane coming into the atmosphere across the landscape and across the oceanscape of Svalbard. So we have scientists that are studying how methane is produced and released within the permafrost as it thaws, how hydrates, which are frozen methane that's stored deep within the rocks and beneath the permafrost, how that's being released into the atmosphere. How we have methane bubbling from the sea floor within the fjords here on Svalbard and off the coast of Svalbard. And how we have rivers, glacial rivers, that are also bringing methane out and releasing it to the atmosphere. So our report kind of summarizes all these many mechanisms by which methane is released to the atmosphere and trying to quantify about how much methane we think is coming out and predict what the future looks like in terms of methane release here on Svalbard.